is the last part of this section here, which is this one. So set up the reorganize.
That's the one we have to do?
That's the one, the tutorial is this section here.
Okay.
The one but before we get over there, we need to cover all this ground. Okay? So we already covered step by step. We went up to the beginning of Java Beans. Remember last night we were going to start the Java Beans?
That's where we stopped, yeah.
Yeah, that's where we stopped. So anybody has any questions to this here, up to here? What we did last night? There were only 2 or 3 people that didn't have laptops, right? So everybody that had a laptop did it when we were doing it? Yeah. So the only thing that you don't know is about the stuff I'll email it to you. Okay.
Watch the video.
Yeah, watch the video. The video is better, right? Yeah. Okay, so right now what we need to do is we need to go to source packages, right? And let's see if we can minimize this guy here. I did that today and it worked out really well. So go here to
Source package.
source packages, right? This section right here. And what is it that we need to do?
Right click, view source package.
We need to create a package called this guy, right? So just to make sure we don't make a mistake, so how do I do that?
Right click, source package.
Right click,
View, source package.
is this guy? Java package?
Yeah.
Okay. And the name is gonna be Control V, right?
Yeah.
Control V. The name of the package, right?
Yep.
The rest is the same. This is the project that I have there. Is the location is the source packages, right? We leave the rest of the stuff like that, and we just say finish. And then guess what? It's right here. So what will run there? I was following your advice.
What's that source package that you're supposed to create?
You see, we
Did us. Okay, yeah.
was there anything wrong there?
No, that wasn't my method.
No?
My method comes afterwards when you do the servlet.
Okay.
That's the same for everybody.
So maybe I need to create a class now?
Now, yeah, when you create the class,
Sure.
my servlet.
Right? So we did this, right? We just
Yeah.
created a package with that name, right?
Yeah, it would be.
And even though the reason here is that this guy is a different color than this one, and this one has an arrow, but this one doesn't, and why is that? Because there's nothing in there yet, right? And in this one it looks different because this one has a controller. So we need to go back over here, it says add a class. And the name of the class is? Where's data? This is so easy. Right?
Yep.
So we go to this guy here, we do a right click, we do new, and then we do curler, right?
Because it then automatically puts it into XML.
Right, and then we just go ahead and do Control C. Control V, right? Request data. And then at this point is when we can go ahead, since it's something new, we can go ahead and automatically create the web XML. And what I was told to do, which I think is a really good idea, is to copy the name of the project and put that over here also, right? No, what was it?
Go next.
Go next, okay,
Yeah.
so I go next. Okay, so click on this guy.
Yeah.
And whatever is here, you put it right here instead of request. So that was CHR3, data bin,
I don't think you have the art.
right, because we don't need it, it was just request data. Okay, so these two guys are exactly the same, right? Now they are. And then over here, the URL, what was it we did?
The same thing, but with forward slashes. It's the URL pattern, so it would be like /chapter3 /data.
So leave what you have right now and go to the chapter.
How about if I copy from here?
Right.
Back to that table.
And then I can come over here, right, do that, but then I need to put, instead of periods, I need to put a slashes, right?
And in the beginning too.
And at the beginning too.
Okay, at the beginning too.
Mhm.
think the book says not to put the slashes there,
Only when you're doing, links,
links.
hrefs.
Okay, so this one you need a slash. So the three of these guys are exactly the same. The only difference is that the last one, instead of periods, you have to have the slashes. And you have to have the slash at the very beginning. And that will do what?
Create a website.
Right, so somebody emailed me today, I don't know who it was, I don't remember, asking about that. Maybe the person is not here. So that's, so when you see the tape, it's right there. Okay, so what else is next? So it's there, right? So now we have a guy called features data and he has some request data. Alright, so one of the things that we're talking about here is that add a bean property for each one of the text fields from this guy, right? So remember what was in this guy here? What was the difference?
Can you?
That one was a field called A version. Remember? So what's the best way of going through these without going through a lot of hassle?
Copy and paste.
Copy and paste. So we're looking at request data, right? So that's the guy that we need to go back and find out what's in request data. And where do we find that? We go back over here, somewhere here, examples. And then we go back to chapter 3. That's what we're working on, right? Chapter 2, chapter 3 is here, and we're looking for something called, right here, is that the one?
That's the one.
It's inside the CH3 data bin, and this is the guy. So the best thing to do is you grab this guy, you do Control A, Control C, come back on this guy here. There it is. So this is what was created, and the problem here is that it gives you like a template, and we're looking for something that is called do get. The do get is all the way down here, right? And to modify this by hand is a tremendous pain, okay? And one of the things is that you also need to make sure that you do slashes here on the out clause. Otherwise, when you get to the other clause, it kicks you out of the program. It's like a return. So instead of going through all the hassle, we went ahead and made a copy. So we do Control A, Control V, we're done. So look at all of the stuff that was there before. It's gone, there's nothing there, right? So do we have the right package?
Yes.
Package is CHR3 data bin, it's spelled out the same way. The class that we're looking for is exactly the same one, request data, right? Request data, okay. So the two things that he was talking about to add the extra fields is this field here, A version, okay? So before we were working with just we have it. And then what we have here. I'm going to this again just in case because it will hammer so you get it, okay? This one is basically a constructor, right? It is a constructor, okay? Because the name of the class is that one, and he is exactly a constructor right here, right? And it's empty, there's nothing on it. But then you have your sets and your gets, okay? So the variables that we have here are called hobby and aversion, and they have, the first letter is lowercase. So this one you have to do, the name of the methods, you have to call it set, and the first letter has to be a capital. The same thing with the gets. You have to use the word get, and then the first letter is a capital. On the two cases, okay? If you don't put set or gets and you leave lowercase, you're never gonna find it. Okay? Any? No? Okay, that's one of those good things there. Okay, so we go back to the welcome guide. So we're done with this one, we go back to the tutorials, and we're doing tutorial 3, and we go down to where?